You know, people think old age is all about weak bones and fading memories. But there are some memories that don't fade at all. I remember standing at the door, the rain pounding like it was trying to drown the world, waiting for him to come home. I didn't know then that the river near our house had already begun to rise, and that night would change my life forever. I stepped out onto the porch to bring in the laundry. The wind was colder than usual, the sky a dark gray, heavy with rain. He was supposed to be home by sunset, but there was no call, no headlights in the distance. I lit a small lantern and hugged my shawl, listening to the roar of the storm. Every clap of thunder made my heart skip a beat. And then a knock at the door, hard, desperate. Something told me this wasn't a simple storm anymore. I opened the door, and there he was, soaked to the bone, eyes wide with urgency. "We have to leave," he said. "The river, it's rising fast." He grabbed my hand and didn't wait for questions. The wind pushed us. The rain soaked us instantly. I wanted to protest, but his grip was firm, grounding me. "It's going to be okay. Just hold on," he whispered. Stepping outside, I saw the river spilling over, angry and unstoppable. The current on the street tugged at my shoes, the water cold and merciless. He pulled me forward, guiding me to the car. I tried to keep up, but my knees trembled. Every step felt like a battle, every breath a struggle. And then I slipped. The water pulled me toward the river. I screamed his name. He didn't hesitate. He dove, an aftermath current wrapped around me like it wanted to drag me under. I clutched his hand with everything I had. "Hold on. Don't let go," he shouted. The water twisted, yanked, tested us, but he refused to let go. Finally, he pulled me toward a broken fence. I grabbed it, shivering, raw-handed. He hauled me out of the water, and for the first time in what felt like forever, we were safe. You collapsed on higher ground, soaked and trembling. He wrapped his coat around me and held me close. I looked into his eyes and saw love, pride, and relief. No words were needed. His actions said everything. That night I realized love isn't about promises. It's about courage, commitment, and refusing to let go when someone you care about is in danger. Next morning, the storm had passed. Branches and debris covered the road, and the river had carved new paths. We walked home slowly, still shaking. I felt gratitude so deep it made my knees weak. He hadn't just saved me from the river. He'd saved me from fear, from despair, from losing hope. That night stayed with me, a memory I carry every day. It showed me the depth of his love in a way words could never capture. I realized that love isn't about words or grand gestures. It's about action. It's about being willing to risk everything for the person you care about. That night taught me the strongest kind of love is fearless, steady, and unwavering. Even now, decades later, the memory anchors me. It shapes who I am and reminds me of the man I was lucky enough to love years later. Long after that storm, he passed away. The house grew quiet in a way that felt unnatural, and I realized that the most terrifying thing about life isn't the storms outside. It's the storms we face when someone we love is gone. But that night, it remained alive in my heart. Whenever I hear rain or see a storm, I feel him beside me. That night taught me that love doesn't disappear when someone is gone. It stays with you, shaping your memories, giving you courage, and keeping their presence alive meetings. I take out his old coat, still smelling faintly of him. I remember the storm, the river, the fear, and most of all, the way he held my hand. People ask why I never remarried. I smile softly. I once had a love that could survive a storm. That was enough for a lifetime. Even now, I feel him beside me. I hear his voice. It's going to be okay. I've got you. Love isn't about forever. It's about moments. Moments that stay with you long after the storm has passed. And I was loved by a man who would have walked through any storm just to make sure I was safe. And that's the story of the night that stayed with me for the rest of my life. The night that showed me the depth of love, courage, and devotion. Sometimes, the moments that scare us the most end up teaching us the most about the people we love, and even about ourselves. I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever experienced a moment that made you realize the true strength of someone's love? Or a moment when someone went out of their way to protect you, no matter the risk? Share your stories in the comments below. I'd love to read them. And if this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can share more stories of life, love, and unforgettable memories together.